Hey there, y'all. It's been quite a while since I've been on here to talk to you about my monthly challenges for myself in 2017, but today seems like a good day. Obviously, I have a fun, dramatic new background for you today. As you know, my partner and I share one vehicle, and I have a dentist appointment today. So that means I have to drive my partner to his job, which is right near the lake. And now I have like 3 hours to kill by myself. It is very likely going to start storming soon, but there is a little shelter over here. So I figured I would just like hang out at this park and maybe play some music and maybe record a few videos. And I remembered that I haven't updated you in a couple of months on my monthly challenges. So today I'm going to talk to you about my monthly challenges for June and July of 2017. And how everything kind of went off the rails in July, but that's all right. We're moving forward, being positive. So I have some coffee out here. Since it has been a while, I will remind you that 2017 by Months is a series of videos I'm making to chronicle my monthly resolutions to myself in 2017. Instead of one really big resolution for the year, I've made 12 separate resolutions, which have changed a little bit along the way. And so those resolutions I made to address 4 personal goals for myself in 2017, and those were to feel better, to physically feel better in my body, and also to have less stress in my life, and to save money, and also to live in a greener, more environmentally friendly way. So those are my 4 overarching goals, and I select each of my monthly challenges based on kind of what's happening in that month specifically, as well as obviously how well it can address those 4 goals. So in June, I did so well. In June, my goal was to not eat any meat or animal products. I chose to eat in a borderline vegan way. I still used cream in my coffee, which I realize makes it not vegan at all, but bear with me. I did not eat any cheese, and I did not eat any meat. I ate fish and shrimp once for a seafood boil party that I knew in advance that I was going to be having in June. But overall, June went really well. I used to be a very strict vegetarian, sometimes vegan, so it wasn't as difficult a transition back to that as I worried it might be. It was a little difficult for my partner because he did not take that challenge with me. He has cut back to only eating chicken and seafood, but he still does eat those, and he eats a lot of cheese. And I love cheese very much, so you know, it's a choice you just have to make, though, right? So for a monthly challenge, I think June meat-free went really well. I did physically feel mostly very good in June. In terms of how my diet affected me, I physically have actually been in a lot of discomfort all summer. I have some doctor's appointments coming up, but I've developed really bad arthritis and sciatica, and it's been a bummer. I haven't been able to exercise really at all. A little bit of walking, and fortunately I am still able to ride my bicycle, which is my favorite part of my day every day. So overall that has gone okay in June. I physically, okay, yeah, my diet, I felt good with my diet in June. In terms of being less stressed, I don't think giving up meat really helped me in that department. I don't think that there was any minimizing of my anxiety. In general, June was a pretty stress-free month. I had a lot of time at work to do what I needed to do, and so I felt like it went pretty smoothly. I definitely did not save money in June eating plant-based lifestyle foods. It's very expensive to buy that much fresh produce. It was so delicious and totally worth it, but it was difficult. Oh, I hear the storm coming. And obviously it was definitely a greener adaptation for my life, and I'm trying to live continually about at least 90% plant-based at this time continually. July, however, as the ominous thunder comes in, July went off the rails. July was just a complete roller coaster. My birthday was the first week of July, so it was kind of stressful and crazy planning for that. And then as soon as my birthday was over, work went into kind of chaos mode. I thought I was well prepared for the things I had going on at work in July. I was not. I took on way too much. I was kind of felt unable to delegate a lot of those responsibilities, so I was working like 12 hours a day and all day on weekends for basically the entire rest of the month of July. And in the end, professionally and personally, as kind of a psychological challenge to myself, it was totally worth it, and everything worked out in the end, and everyone was happy in the end of the summer, but it just became a very stressful month. And I had two goals for myself in July. My primary 2017 by month challenge to myself was to write every day in July. I wanted to do the NaNoWriMo Camp, which is like the July version of NaNoWriMo, which is in November. It's National Novel Writing Month, which I am going to do again this year in November. However, it was the worst possible time for me to try and make myself get up and write at 5 a.m. every morning all month. Like that happened like maybe 3 days. Like that challenge was a complete and utter failure. And that's okay. I can learn from that, and I can still grow from that. But yeah, so yeah, the writing challenge did not work for me. We'll try it again in November. And then my second challenge was kind of just one I picked up because July is plastic free month, and it's a kind of an international challenge. So I attempted to completely live without single-use plastic in July, and I actually did pretty well on that one. Partially probably because I didn't have time to go out or do much of anything, but when I went out to bars, I took my collapsible silicone cup and used that as a go cup. That worked very well. I have a stainless steel straw that I took with me. I didn't use any straws. I did have some single-use plastic. I used plastic garbage bags because I forgot to think to get paper ones before the month began, and then it was July. It just got away from me. And some food packaging comes in plastic, so that was a problem. I did recycle everything that I possibly could recycle of the single-use plastic I used, and I think I did very well, and I was at least able to stay mindful of that, and I think that was important, and that's a challenge that I continue to take for myself every day. But I was not able to be completely plastic free, and so that'll be a goal for next year, definitely. In terms of making me physically feel better, going without plastic didn't really help me much in that way. It did not reduce my stress. I think once it becomes a lifestyle that I adapt to and can really become, and I can really make it like habit, then I think it will reduce my stress level. But because I was constantly having to think about it and remember things, it did not reduce my stress level in that way. It did not save me money. Oh, I guess it did really kind of save me money. I definitely bought a lot less things carry out, and I tried to buy bulk things at the grocery. So yeah, I guess maybe it did save me a little bit of money. I didn't really calculate it though. Again, July, whatever. And certainly, obviously, it was a specifically green effort, so it did help me be a little kinder to our planet and to see creatures, which I love. And I hear seagulls around me right now as the weather's blowing in. So yeah, I'm completely dissatisfied with my July goals for myself. And unfortunately, August has snuck up on me. It is already now the 9th of August. And so I've been kind of blowing in the wind, literally, about what my challenge is for August. I've had a lot of anxiety still kind of hanging around with me after my crazy month in July. So my goal right now is to have an anxiety-free August. I'm just trying to take very good care of myself psychologically and pay attention to my own stress levels and my own sleep patterns. And I'm taking a lot of notes. I am keeping a journal to keep every day to keep attention to that and what's causing me to feel more stressed. When am I feeling anxious? How is that affecting my sleep and my overall quality of life? So it's going to be kind of a boring challenge for y'all this month, but for me, hopefully a very productive one in terms of my health. So we'll see how that goes. And then I've got more exciting challenges coming up in September, October, and November, and I still haven't decided what I'm going to do for December yet. September, I'm gonna do no alcohol again, I think. October is going to be a sewing challenge month because, you know, Halloween costumes, Renaissance Fair costumes. I need some new stuff in my life. November is going to be NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, and I don't know yet about December. I'll have to come up with something. I can't believe the year's over. Like, I can't believe it's August, and funny thing, that time stuff. Anyway, what challenges are you making to yourself as we move into a new season? I'm really interested in hearing about them, and let me know if you have any questions about any of the challenges I give myself in 2017. I do thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.